Monday was linebacker day for the Minnesota Vikings as they restructured veteran team captain Anthony Barr to keep him in purple for 2021. And then late Monday night, they add some cheap veteran depth, signing former Bengals and Chargers linebacker Nick Vigil. The details of the deal are a one-year, $1.75 million deal with $1.35 million guaranteed. The Vikings did have around $12.2 million in cap space heading to last night. Both Vigil and Dalvin Tomlinson's $8.5 million cap hits. The Vikings are now at around $1 million in top 51 space in 2021, but of course, Thielen restructure, blah, 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 the cap is a myth, and I wasn't all about signing a veteran free agent linebacker if it was going to cost a lot, if it was going to be expensive, but Vigil at 175, smart, and I think effectively does close the door on Eric Wilson. I think he's going to be signing somewhere else in free agency. So let's talk about Nick Vigil today. 27 years young, 6'2", 240, former three-star recruit from Ogden, Utah, stayed in state and played for the Utah State Aggies, just like his older brother Zach, who also played 4 years in the NFL. Racked up 160 total tackles, 40 tackles for loss, and 17.5 sacks in 3 seasons for the Aggies, as well as posted an 86.3 PFF grade in 2015. Combine, tested phenomenal in agility, but speed, size, explosion were just okay. Ended up being a third-round pick, number 87 overall by the Bengals in 2016. Actually had 2 years of crossover with then Bengals defense coordinator Paul Guenther, who's now the Vikings senior defensive advisor to the regional manager, or whatever the hell his title is. Eventually started 39 games over 4 years for the Bengals, totaling 295 tackles. Signed a one-year deal with the Chargers in 2020 free agency. Primarily played as a rotational linebacker and special teams player as well. Notched 50 tackles, 2 sacks, 10 pressures, forced a fumble, and recovered 2. Also had 5 special teams tackles in that mix. And I think Vigil is a solid veteran depth signing at this point, but they likely don't see him as a full-time starter because with as much nickel as the Vikings play, you're generally going to have 2 linebackers on the field only, and it's going to be Barr and Kendricks. And the third starter has been moot anyway. I mean, it's been Wilson, sure. It's been Ben Gedeon, yes. It's been Chad Greenway back in the day. But I think that they will give 2020 fourth-round pick Troy Dye every opportunity to be that third guy. But I do like Vigil to fill in, play some special teams. He's more of a middle linebacker in the NFL, but did have some stand-up edge experience in college. The Vikings could tap into that in sub package. Plus, Vigil signing likely means that Eric Wilson, like we mentioned, is going to be hitting free agency and sign somewhere else. And they will also probably let Hardy Nickerson Jr. go. He's an unrestricted free agent. He had been on the 53 on the practice squad up and down all last season. And Nickerson was also a teammate with Vigil in Cincinnati back in the day. But just because they signed Nick Vigil doesn't mean that the Vikings will be out on linebackers in the draft. Parsons, Joke, Zaven, Cox all should be on the table. Jamin Davis from Kentucky I really like as well. But overall, not flashy, but I think is a solid depth signing, and he's not too expensive. So you're getting a former third-round pick, do-it-all reserve linebacker that knock on wood, if there are some alien abductions, he can fill in a la Todd Davis last year, as well as play some really solid special teams for just under twice of the league minimum. Giddy up. Let's get that thing going. But your thoughts, Vikings signing linebacker Nick Vigil, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.